Namaste, children. Once again, we will be discussing getting to know about plants at a glance, what we have learned till today. Now, plants can be grouped into different ways. Basing on the flowers, plants can be divided into flowering plants and non-flowering plants. That means which gives flowers, those are called as flowering plants, and which do not give any flowers, those are non-flowering plants. For example, flowering plants, rose, sunflower, mango, jasmine, etc. Whereas non-flowering plants, ferns, mosses, crotons, etc. Now, basing on the kind of stems, they can be classified again into three categories. Those are herbs, shrubs, and trees. Not only basing on the stems and basing on their lifespan, they can also classify into three main groups, that is annuals, biennials, perennials. Annuals, only 1 year the plants will be, the life cycle will be there. Whereas biennials, about 2 years, the life cycle of the plant, live will be there. Then perennials means many years the plants will be living. Now, basing on the common flowering plants such as sunflower, dahlia, marigold, grow for 1 year and they will die. Same way, crop plants such as rice, wheat, maize, and basra, which live for only one season. So, such plants are called annuals, and they are also, the stem is tender and they are also called as herbs. Now, plants like radish, carrot, beetroot live for 2 years. Hence, they are called as biennials. Whereas plants such as jackfruit, coconut, banyan, mango, they will live for long, many years. So they are called as perennials. Now, now, if the plants have very weak stems and they cannot stand upright, those can be classified into two categories once again. Those are some creepers and some are climbers. The creepers will spread out on the ground, whereas climbers will take the support of another plant and they will climb. For example, creepers are strawberry, whereas climbers grapevine and gourd. Now, coming to the plant systems, there are two plant systems. Those are root system and stem system. The root system grows underground the soil, whereas shoot system grows above the soil. So shoot system is also known as the stem system. And other different parts of the plants which are attached to the shoot system are leaf, branches, buds, flowers, and fruits. So there are two plant systems. One is root system, the other one is shoot system. The underground part of the plant or the part that remains in the soil or grows into the soil is called as root system, whereas the above plant which grows above the ground is called as the green part of the plant, and the stem part of the plant is called as shoot system. Now, the main root is called as the taproot, and the branches arise from the main root are called as secondary roots. And a number of fiber-like roots will be arising from the primary roots. Those are called as root hairs. Now, mainly the root system can be classified into two. Those are taproot system and fibrous root system. First, when we observe the roots, What are the main parts of the root? The main parts of the root are primary root, which is long, thick and cylindrical. It is called as primary root. From the primary root, so many branches comes out, which are called as secondary roots. These secondary roots branches out further into finer roots, which spreads out into the soil, while the primary root grows deep into the soil. Roots have tiny root hair like near their tips, which can able to absorb minerals and water from the soil. These can be seen by a magnifying glass, and these will take water and minerals from the soil. Each root contains one primary root and a secondary root, which has a protective cover called as root cap. It will be at the tip of the root. It is because of this protective root cap, that a root does not get damaged as it pushes through the soil. Now, as we discussed, how many types of root systems are there? There are two types of root systems. One is taproot system, the other one is fibrous root system. If the radical grows into a primary root, the primary root and the secondary root together form a taproot system. This kind of root system is seen in trees like mango and other plants like rose, sunflower, peas, etc. Whereas the other kind of root system is called as fibrous root system. It is bushy in appearance. The fibrous root system is seen in wheat, grass, corn, rice, and many other um, plants, um, crop plants. See, these are the two types of root systems. One is taproot system, other one is fibrous root system. See, a bushy appearance will be seen in the fibrous root system, for example, our grassy plants, and taproot system, one primary root and secondary roots will be there. Now, once again, a taproot system, mostly the largest, most central part is this is the taproot, and these are the branch roots or secondary roots. From the secondary roots, several branches will arise. From that, tiny um, root hairs will be present, which absorbs the minerals and water from the soil, and this all will be provided by a protective cap like structure, which is known as root cap, so that when it is growing deep into the soil, it does not get ruptured. Then fibrous root system is usually formed by thin moderately branching roots, and its appearance is like bushy, and there is no main root. All the roots will arise from a point, and usually this will be seen in annuals and crop plants and or grass plants. Now, what are the functions of the root? The main functions of the root are: the root fixes the plant firmly to the soil, that is, it anchors the plant to the soil. Roots absorb water and minerals present in the soil. Then plants need water and minerals to make the food, and this water and mineral salts will reach the stem and the branches through a system of thin tubes which are present in the roots and the stem. Then roots bind the soil particles together and prevents soil erosion. And the other special functions of the roots will be, for example, primary root will be swollen in case of modified roots of radish, carrot, and it stores the food. Um, and it will be um, taken up by the as well as omnivores. For example, in the modifications of the root, when roots perform different functions, some special functions other than what we discussed, then those are called as special functions of root, and the root structure will be changed. And if the structure of the root is changed, it is called as root modification. So roots are modified to store the food in the roots large, and these roots will be large and fleshy. For example, normal roots modified to store food are radish, beetroot, sweet potato, etc. Some other cases, these roots gives additional support, like rope-like structures growing from the branches, and they are grown down, reach the soil and go down below the soil. These are called as advantageous roots modified to give extra support to the huge branches. This usually you can see in the banyan tree, which are called as prop roots or advantageous roots. Mm, and in the money plant, advantageous roots grows from the stem. These help the plant in climbing on the support. So these are also called as climbing roots.